I had a huge realization by diving into my why. So I started this journey, I think, since I was born, but really diving into who I am and what I stand for about 7 years ago when I just had a shift. A light switch went off, and I said, I can't live this way anymore. I wanted to blame every situation outside myself for my circumstances. And in the 7 years of diving in and working with my inner thoughts, beliefs, and my truths, I realized that I was the creator of all of it. I put myself in every position that I was in, and I was upset when the people played the role that I had designated for them. My name is Jill Naraki. This is The Powers in the Exhale. It's just an invitation to dive deep into your why and what do you value? Who are you? And what do you want? I didn't know any of these answers, and I still am searching, and I'm sure that they'll still be redefined every day. So, I just want to share with you something that is a pretty vulnerable spot. So, I'm going to try to articulate this the best way I can. So, I went to make a video about what I value, and my first words out of my mouth were family. And then I thought of my beliefs and actions that supported that, and I couldn't find any except that I love my children. And I love my mom and dad. I love my brothers. I love my cousins. I appreciate them. But I had to redefine what I thought of as family because if I looked at it from a judgment point of view, so this is the beauty of looking at yourself without judgment because this is the only way you can heal. If you hold on to judgments, that's somebody else's views on what you are or who you are. So I divorced my husband of 20 years. And in that divorce, I also was very upset. Who isn't? I mean, we just carry lots of hurts. And I was very upset at anyone who was loyal to him. It's just ridiculous. I was loyal to him for over 20 years, and then I'm mad at somebody else for being loyal to them. I mean, it was full of such minutia, and it was my own creating. So, in that divorce, and in how I redefined being a parent, it looked to some people in my family of origin, which is where we come from, that I was not valuing family because I chose myself over my family. Take a breath with me. I need to center my thoughts because I want to say this in a way that helps somebody else, maybe who struggles with the same things. What I value above my definition of what I grew up in as family is independence, freedom, integrity, and truth. In my family of origin, loyalty to family blindly, hiding truths that didn't suit the narrative of the family for the sake of the integrity or I guess not the integrity, but the continuation of the family was more important than individual truths, more important than individual freedoms. You were allowed freedoms, but within that parameter that defined your family. I am not looking to blame. I am not looking for anything, sympathy, anything like that. It's just that's what it was. And I bet it was that from generations past. So, in that breaking away, well, of course, then I married somebody who fit the same narrative as the family that I grew up in, that I never felt like I belonged to, because I am a truth seer, a truth seeker, and I had to bury a lot of truths to make other people comfortable and happy. And my role became keeping the peace. Blessed are the peacemakers. And that meant bearing a lot of individual needs. Fast forward to almost 50 years old at the time, and I was crumbling and felt just defeated and like a failure. it was my fault. My life was terrible. But when you looked at it from the outside, it was absolutely spectacular. The American dream, but I was crumbling on the inside. So in the last 7 years, it's been a journey into that world. And when you stop looking at yourself with judgment as to why you do your why, you look at other things and you're able to heal. So I value family. I value my children beyond words. They are incredible, but I don't value them in the way that my family defined that I should have. And even as of my ex husband, it was blind loyalty without questioning. Um, Truth didn't have to have anything to do with why you followed a certain way. And that just never resonated with me. But then I would look at it as what's wrong with me. So, and is walking away from family and losing most of my family of origin, and embracing that that is just what it is and it wasn't my choice. It was just how my values did not line up, and that is okay. So I get to redefine what family means to me. Family is integrity, is truth, is leading with love, is supporting each other in our authentic growth. Family doesn't mean being there and pretending that bad things aren't happening and supporting people blindly when it wasn't something that you could question. I want openness. I want the ability to ask, I'm not so sure I agree with that. This is why. And I'd like to know your why. Those types of things were never a part of my definition in my brain growing up or being married as a family. I just realized that I beat myself up for not valuing family by being divorced and redefining what family meant. I was available 24/7 without boundaries. Um, and my family of origins happiness, along with that, was all that was important. And when I left that, I felt like a failure. I felt horrible, what a terrible person I was, even though I knew in my heart I was not. And then I would listen to other people's definition of family within the unit, of course, because they all suit the narrative. And I was a failure. I know now that I wasn't. I just had different definitions of what family means. And I'm so okay with that. And what I love is my children know that I love them and that I'm there for them in the way they need me. They can speak their truth with me. There's no narrative. I don't require them to perform. They are loved just for their being. And that was something very foreign to me. And I embrace it. And I am very proud of my decisions that I have made. Could I have done things more gently? Yes. Could I have done things with more grace? Yes. I have no regrets, zero. Because if I didn't follow the path that I did, I wouldn't have my three beautiful children who I am extremely proud of just for being who they are. Not for an accomplishment, not for what they bring to me, not how they make me feel as far as maintaining my emotions, because I'm in charge of those. So I have no regrets. I just think that it would have been wonderful to make the decision to marry somebody, to bring children into the world as a person of more integrity than I had, because I was looking for other people's definition of what I should be in this world as a wife and mother than just being myself. I welcome you to the world of the beautiful world of you inside, even the ooey gooey yucky stuff that we try to hide, but it always bubbles up to the surface and it always blocks our ability to be authentically us. My name is Jill Naraki. This is The Power is in the Exhale, and I want to extend that power to yourself because we have tremendous power within us to create and sculpt our own worlds, but we have to drop everybody else's view of what that world should be and be okay with that. And in order to do that, you have to sit in the quiet of you, of the awareness of how we roll based on other people and based on society, and then decide, what do I value? What do I believe in for me? And what makes sense in my world? And that's when we blossom. Love yourself enough to take the time to spend with you. Thank you. If you like and would like to follow me and share me, I would greatly appreciate it, because this world needs to embrace themselves instead of beating ourselves up.